Hey everyone, today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about some things that I just can't stand in FIFA 16. Now this is a rant video, yes, and not all of these things may apply to you. I know most of you are probably better than me, but these are just some things that annoy me to hell. Now the question is, where exactly do we start? I think the main thing that really annoys me in FIFA 16 is how much the AI care about possession, especially in the higher difficulties like World Class and Legendary. It's just the most annoyingest thing ever when you're trying to enjoy the game, but all you see is the AI passing around the back, and every time you get the ball, they just instantly steal it away from you. I mean, some people might say just to switch down to professional and try that, but the thing with professional, it starts to get way too easy after a while, and then it's just like you're scoring 8 goals a match and they're scoring 0, and you don't want to be destroying your competition like every single game. The problem with world class is that as soon as you bump it up to world class, it's just the AI passing it around. I mean, it's not like the AI actually do anything with the ball. I mean, most games end up them scoring 0 goals as usual. All the AI really do are just pass around. It's just really annoying and it makes the game not fun anymore. And the worst part is that every time I try to get the ball, my team just acts like retards and they can't steal the ball for their life. It's just something that has never been fixed before. I mean, not the AI passing around part, that's just new in FIFA 16, but the fact that your players act like complete idiots on the higher difficulties, that's just something I've noticed since like FIFA 13, and it's really annoying when that happens. But EA, they just don't want to fix minor gameplay mechanics like that, because all they really care about is Ultimate Team, because that's where they get most of their money from. And I know some people would say just let them come to you and then just let the pressure come towards you and then just go on the counter attack. But it's not gonna work every single time. And it's just something like, especially if you're playing as a bigger team, you're expected to score a lot of goals, or at least to be really good on the attack. And then when you have the AI just passing it around, and you have a team like Coverty City playing like Barcelona or Bayern Munich, it just ruins the fun in the game. Now I'm not saying I should be winning every single game, but at least I should have a fair competition in which the AI are actually pushing me to my limits and not just passing around the back in order to make it look like they're actually challenging me. Another issue I have with this game is more career mode related, and that is the transfer system. And I know almost everyone who's played FIFA Manager mode knows how broken the transfer system is. I mean, Muller to Manchester City, Alaba to Juventus. It's like some of these transfers just make no sense. And it's something that EA have not really concerned about. Like every year they say that they're gonna fix it, that they're gonna improve it, but they never do that. It's always broken transfers or transfers that are like completely unrealistic. One other problem concerning career mode is the amount of detail that they don't put into career mode. I mean, like 90% of EA's focus is on Ultimate Team, and then like 9% is focused on career mode, and that 1% is focused on things like skill games and pro clubs, and you have like 0.001% focused on tournaments, but no one plays those anymore. But the thing with career mode is that, yes, this year they did improve it much better than they did like the past few years with like player training and preseason tournaments. But the thing is, they don't fix some of the smaller things, like when are they gonna add new trophy animations, or more realistic trophy animations, or when are they gonna make it so that press conferences actually have a meaning instead of just saying some loser words on the news. I mean, EA just don't care about career mode because there's no microtransactions to be done in career mode because it's primarily offline. But all EA care about, every brand of EA cares about, all they care about is money. I mean, if you look at games like Battlefield, where they offer a DLC expansion pack before the game even comes out. Like, that is something that should be in the game, not something that should be offered when the game comes out. It's things like that that just don't really. It's things like that that just make their company really, really garbage. I mean, if you look at like Rockstar, for example, I'm not saying they're the only company, but if you look at GTA 5 and their DLCs, every single DLC they've came out with has been free to the community, and except for microtransactions. Well, except for the cash cards, but whatever about that. But like all the expansions, all the new stuff, they offer that for free. Now EA, on the other hand, they make you pay extra for it. And the thing is that now, even though some of these might be like $1, $2, whatever, not everyone is able to pay online at that moment, and not everyone is able to afford, in air quotes, those expansion packs. And it shouldn't be a deal. It shouldn't be paid for anyways. It should have came with the game. Okay, now that I'm done that EA microtransactions rant, that was kind of directed more towards FIFA and the gameplay mechanics about it. And one thing that I can absolutely not stand whatsoever is how bad, in my opinion, the referees are. I mean, whenever the AI makes like some tackle that breaks your legs or incapacitates you, they don't even get called for a foul. It's just so unfair, or at least that's what I think. And then compared to when you even like touch them when they have the ball, you instantly get red carded and sent off and like banned for the rest of the season. It's the most annoyingest thing. I know in some cases the referee may be actually fair, 50-50 fair, but most of the time it seems to me that the referee is pretty unfair towards the player and way more fair towards the CPU. Although sometimes the referee makes calls towards the player, but either way, the referees are completely garbage, and I absolutely despise them. One other small gameplay thing that I dislike is that whenever you're walking with the, or not walking, like running with the ball, and then you stop and you try to pause the gameplay and try to plan out your next move, and then when you try to move forward, your player does this like messed up dribble where he completely exposes the ball and doesn't do anything with it, and the AI just come in and take the ball right off your feet. I mean, I don't know what EA were thinking when they did that. Maybe it's a bug, I have no clue, but that's just the most annoyingest thing. Whenever I stop just to pass it back or something, my player just decides to walk towards the AI with the ball completely not even guarding the ball, not even trying to get past the other player, just giving the ball straight towards him. Another problem is also when you're one-on-one with the AI and they're near the side, and what happens is that they just push the ball forward and they completely outpace you and you can't do anything about it. But if you do the exact same thing, their AI goes from like Short-Circut to flipping Gareth Bale in like 2 seconds, and it just completely ruins everything because it's impossible. One other mechanic that's completely broken at the moment is how bad the crossing is. I know in like FIFA 15 and 14 how crossing was completely overpowered, but the thing with 16 is that crossing went from being completely overpowered to being utterly shite. I mean, if you're running with the ball and you try to cross it, the 99% of the time, the ball will go out for a goal kick. Like, you have to actually fake shot, stop, try to cut inside a little bit, and then cross it in. And if you do get a header, you might score it. You probably will, or it'll go for a corner. But there are those cases where the goalkeeper turns into like Neuer on steroids and just catches a shot that they probably should parry, which is just like mind f. Okay, so that's the end of my little, or depends on what your definition of little is, but that ends my rant, or at least for now, because I can't think of anything more to say. And I'm sorry if you feel like I'm an idiot, or I shouldn't be saying these things about things like EA and stuff. And I understand what you mean, but these are just some things that I had to get off my chest. I know I may have been a little bit over over something. Can't think of the word, but I hope you understand that this is just something that I needed to say, and maybe not all of it's true. Maybe there's like reasons why EA does microtransactions so much, but I'll never know, or at least for now I think. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and peace.